Hi, this is Mike Swanson of WallStreetWindow.com. I got a real special guest with me. It's Jordan Roy Byrne of TheDailyGold.com. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm doing great, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to talk with me and my listeners, because this is real timely for me. I've been out of gold and gold stocks for quite some time, and I think that now is starting to become a good time to take investment positions in them. I wrote a long piece over the weekend for my subscribers talking about how gold stocks and mining stocks right now, they have really low valuations. The big cap ones like Newmont and Barrick, they've got low forward PE ratios, low PEG ratios, and they're priced really cheap. And so I was writing this, and now today, of course, gold is down quite substantially, and the HUI, as we're speaking, is down almost 5%. So I want to ask you, do you think, I've got to have my head examined now for trying to get positive on gold stocks?
No, I don't think so. I think we're nearing an excellent opportunity to increase long positions in the gold stocks. I mean, it's been kind of difficult the last couple of weeks. The market has had negative sentiment, but it's been unable to bottom, unable to sustain more than a day or two of gains. So the problem with that is, given the extreme negative sentiment, a market should have a decent rebound, and we haven't seen that. And so I told my subscribers last night, I said, what this means is we're probably about to see some capitulation and a final washout move. And I think today was the start of it, and I think, I'm not sure if the market's going to bottom in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but I think certainly we're very close to a low, and I think that this low is going to be a major low. And there's only been a few other major lows. You have, I think, 2000, 2005, 2008. So I think 2012 is going to be the next major low in that sequence.
Well, that was my main thinking in what I was writing. It wasn't necessarily about what's going on this moment, which I want to ask you more about, but really is about the long-term outlook for gold and gold stocks. And I really think that over the coming years they're going to go up quite a bit. So I see the coming months and now as the time to average in for gains later. But let's talk about right now. That's what everyone's all focused on, especially when stuff makes a big move. So you're looking for some sort of capitulation, selling a major low and bottom. What is there anything you're looking for signs that process may be done, or we may be at the bottom and it's a good time to start buying?
Well, I think the two conditions that I look for a bottom in any market is you need to have negative sentiment but at the same time, then you need to have technicals in your favor. And what that means is for technicals, you either need to see some positive price action, which could be a double bottom, or the market, it makes a V bottom because it just gets so extremely oversold. Now, looking at the gold stocks now, the problem in the last couple of weeks is that they haven't been at a point of very strong support. And if you look at, GDX, for example, I see very strong support, probably, close to 40 or 41 or 42. There's some levels in there in the low 40s I'm looking at right now. GDX is at 46, just to clarify that for listeners. So we're not quite there yet, but I'm really looking for the market to reach strong support in a very oversold condition. And so it is oversold now, but today we're down 5%. The market gapped down, so that's a sign of weakness. Yet the market, right now it's near the lows of the day. So that those two factors show you that this is an extremely weak market with a lot of downward momentum. So I guess, how can we figure out which day it's going to bottom? I would look for another gap down, and typically you see stocks down 7 or 8% intraday. And when you kind of get to that level of oversold intraday, that usually can produce a good reversal and then a bottom.
Yeah, I think the feedback I'm getting from people is I'm noticing a lot of people the past 2 or 3 weeks have been getting really scared and worked up over what's going on with gold and gold stocks. And And I think one thing is people have to keep in mind that they've basically been in a correction since September. So them declining isn't a new thing. It's been going on for months, you know. And it seems to me only now that people are really getting worried about it. And I think that could be a sign that we're getting close to this capitulation phase that you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, I think people have been worried, but the market, it would have a good day or two, but it wouldn't. We just wouldn't see the positive price action that you'd expect to see with such negative sentiment. And like I said before, when that happens, you need to have people start panicking out of positions or puking out of their positions, for lack of a better description. I think that's exactly what we're seeing today, and that's really the last. These are some of the last things you need to see before a market makes a bottom.
Well, going forward now, you know, I think this is a really important time for people to start, you know, following what's happening in gold and mining stocks and keeping their eyes open and thinking about not being scared about stuff, but try to figure out how to make money from it. So if people want more information from you, what can you provide them, and where should they go?
Well, they should go to my website, thedailygold.com. I have a premium service. I also have a lot of free content on the site. So, if they're looking for that, I can help provide some professional guidance.
Yeah, that'd be great. Are there any particular like class or area of mining stocks that really have your interest right now?
Yeah, I tend to focus on. I mean, it's interesting because we hear the term juniors or junior gold stocks quite often. If you talk to some people in Canada, they'll tell you the juniors are really the companies that are under 100 million market cap. But for example, the ETFs that are junior gold ETFs, they have some stocks in there that have a $1 billion market cap. So it really confuses people. I mean, I like to focus on maybe the more established juniors, maybe market caps of around 150, 200, 300 million. I tend to like to follow those types of companies and pick out the ones that can grow to $1 billion or $2 billion in the future. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for kind of the bottom of the barrel. I'm looking for something that's small but established and has growth potential.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk for everybody. We'll hopefully do a follow-up interview soon in the future.
No, thank you very much, Mike. It was my pleasure.